You're standing at the gates of Tehran on a warm spring morning in April of 1953. The air smells of fresh flatbread baking in clay ovens and rosewater from nearby gardens. The Alborz Mountains tower behind the city, their peaks still crowned with winter snow. This is Persia's beating heart. A city of 1.5 million souls at a crossroads. Democracy is blooming here, fragile and new, like a flower pushing through ancient stone. Today we walk through streets that will witness one of the Cold War's darkest secrets soon. From the ancient bazaar to the modern parliament, from royal palaces to oil company gates. Stay with us as we explore Tehran in the year democracy fell and an empire was reborn. You pass through massive wooden gates set in walls built during the Qajar dynasty long ago. Merchants in dark western suits and traditional kola, felt hats hurry past you carrying briefcases. Women in black chadors walk alongside others in knee-length skirts with only light headscarves. The sound of automobile horns mixes with the clip-clop of horse-drawn carriages below. Tehran in 1953 is two cities occupying the same space, forever arguing. One city dreams of Paris and New York. The other remembers Isfahan and Safavid glory days. Both cities believe they're building Iran's future. Neither knows what that future holds. The tension between old and new crackles in every street corner and family dinner argument. Turning left into the labyrinth of the Grand Bazaar, you're immediately swallowed whole. Vaulted brick corridors stretch in every direction like arteries of some enormous beast. Shafts of dusty morning sunlight pierce through circular skylights in the arched ceilings. The scent hits you like a physical wall. Saffron threads, green cardamom pods, dried limes. Carpet merchants in wool vests call out prices in rapid Farsi, voices echoing off walls. Copper workers sit cross-legged, hammering sheets of red metal into intricate geometric patterns. The rhythmic clang of metal on metal has echoed here for 400 unbroken years. This bazaar isn't just a marketplace. It's the economic and political soul of Persia itself. In the spice merchants section, pyramids of crimson sumac and golden cumin rise high. Burlap sacks overflow with basmati rice from the Caspian coast and pistachios from Kerman. An elderly merchant with a white beard weighs out precious saffron threads on brass scales. The scales themselves are older than anyone living, passed down through 6 trader generations. Young boys dart between wooden stalls carrying small glasses of dark tea on ornate silver trays. The tea is sweet, almost syrupy, flavored with cardamom and served to every shopkeeper. These merchants aren't just businessmen. They've financed dynasties and toppled shahs before. Right now they're backing Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh with millions of tumans and prayers. They believe in his dream of an Iran that controls its own oil and determines its destiny fully. You emerge from the bazaar's cool darkness into the blinding light of Baharistan Square. The Majlis building stands before you, Iran's parliament born from the constitutional revolution. Its stone facade attempts to marry Persian grandeur with European neoclassical dignity. White columns line the entrance beneath a pediment decorated with lions and the rising sun. Today, hundreds of people fill the square, many holding newspapers with Mossadegh's face. Street vendors push wooden carts with iron wheels, selling pomegranate juice and roasted beetroot. Political energy crackles in the air like electricity before a thunderstorm on the horizon. Men in shirt sleeves argue passionately about oil nationalization, about Britain, about America. They speak of democracy as if it's something already won, already safe, already permanent. They don't know how fragile it is, how easily it can vanish in a single violent night. Walking north toward the wealthy Shemiran district, you watch the city transform entirely. Mud brick homes with carved wooden balconies give way to 2-story European-style villas. The villas have French windows, decorative iron balconies, and gardens with imported roses. Plane trees line wide boulevards modeled directly after Paris, providing dappled afternoon shade. American Chevrolets and British Austin sedans cruise past, their chrome grills glinting bright. Behind the wheels sit men in fedoras and dark sunglasses, women with carefully styled hair. This is the Tehran that oil money and Western dreams are building one luxurious block at a time. The old city isn't being replaced so much as buried alive beneath layers of concrete modernity. You reach the outer walls of Golestan Palace, the ancient seat of Qajar power and glory. The palace walls are covered in intricate mirror mosaics that catch sunlight brilliantly. Turquoise and cobalt blue tiles form geometric patterns that seem to shift when you stare. Above the walls rise slender minarets topped with gold that blazes in the midday heat. Through the iron gates you glimpse manicured gardens where peacocks strut between fountains. The fountains spray arcs of clear water that turn to mist in the dry Tehran air instantly. Inside those walls, the young Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi paces and plots his return to power. He's only 33 years old, nervous, uncertain, still afraid of mullahs and merchants. Not yet the monarch he will become after the CIA puts him back on the Persian throne firmly. Not yet the dictator whose portrait will hang in every schoolroom and office across all Iran. The afternoon call to prayer suddenly echoes from a nearby mosque's loudspeakers. Beautiful. The entire city seems to pause as if someone pressed a cosmic pause button on all life. Men unroll small prayer rugs on sidewalks, in shop doorways, even beside parked automobiles. They kneel toward Mecca as the muezzin's voice rises and falls in practiced ancient melody. Traffic stops, conversations end. Commerce halts for these sacred minutes 5 times daily. Faith here isn't something separate from politics or business. It's woven into every thread. Every decision, every alliance, every revolution that will come is built on this foundation first. Following wide Pahlavi Avenue West, you reach the guarded gates of the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company. British Union Jack flags snap in the hot wind above brick buildings that look transplanted. The buildings could be in Manchester or London, utterly out of place in this Persian landscape. Iranian workers in oil-stained blue coveralls stream through security gates at shift change. Their faces are dark from sun and work, hands permanently blackened by petroleum stains. This is the prize that Mossadegh seized last year: control of the massive Abadan refineries. The refineries that made Britain fabulously rich and kept Iran desperately poor for decades. The British government called the nationalization theft and withdrew their engineers in revenge. Mossadegh called it justice after 50 years of exploitation and one-sided contracts. The American CIA called it an opportunity to gain influence and push the British aside forever. In Washington, they're already planning, already plotting, already betraying the democracy they claim. In a crowded tea house near Tehran University, students in Western clothes debate fiercely. They sit on cushions around low wooden tables covered with books and pamphlets and newspapers. They drink glass after glass of dark tea and speak of Mossadegh as if he's a prophet. They talk about democracy, about an Iran finally free from foreign oil company control. They quote Jefferson and discuss Rousseau and believe the arc of history bends toward freedom. They don't know that across the city in the fortified American embassy compound right now. They don't know CIA agents are finalizing Operation Ajax, the plan to destroy everything. In exactly 4 months, tanks will roll through these streets and paid mobs will burn buildings. This brief shining moment of democratic possibility will die in fire and blood and betrayal. As the sun begins to set behind the jagged peaks of the Alborz Mountains stretching westward, the sky turns brilliant shades of orange, pink, violet, and deep crimson that defy description. Street lamps flicker on one by one, casting pools of warm yellow light on dusty sidewalks. Families climb narrow staircases to flat rooftops to escape the lingering heat trapped below. They spread carpets and cushions and share watermelon slices and flatbread with fresh yogurt. The scent of grilled lamb kebab on charcoal drifts from hundreds of open-air kitchens nearby. Children run between rooftops while their parents sip tea and gossip and watch stars appear. From up here you can see the entire city laid out like a living map beneath darkening skies. Tehran settles into its evening rhythm, completely unaware of the storm gathering in shadows, unaware that foreign intelligence services have already decided this ancient city's fate entirely. This is Tehran in April of 1953, a city caught between its ancient past. A city suspended between tradition and modernity, between independence and empire, between hope and doom. The people walking these sun-baked streets believe they're building a new democratic Iran. An Iran that controls its own resources, chooses its own leaders, determines its own future. Within 4 short months, a CIA-orchestrated coup will shatter that precious dream into pieces. The coup will install a dictator who rules with torture and secret police for 25 years. It will sow seeds of resentment that will explode into the Islamic Revolution eventually. But tonight, in the fading light, as the muezzin calls faithful to evening prayer one time, tonight the dream still lives, still breathes, still believes tomorrow will be better. Like and subscribe, because the next journey through history's tragic, forgotten moments awaits.